Hi from the Hound Lounge. We wanted to take a moment and talk a little bit about the benefits of raw feeding. I know many of you have been asking questions, which is great because it helps me to figure out what it is you are most interested in. But I thought I'd start today by telling you a little bit about me and why you should trust what I know about raw feeding. So, I am not a veterinarian, but I have been feeding raw since about 2008. We had just adopted our Shiloh Shepherd, Cinder, and discovered she had a very sensitive GI tract. We'd have to clean up the backyard with a scooper and then follow up with the hose. Her poops resembled very smelly cow patties. We did a vet check and it didn't come up with any answers. So we started to research raw feeding, and I found I loved learning about it. Also, just after that time, I went back to college full time. I had 3 kids, 6 dogs, and I had to streamline my time. I found that by researching canine nutrition, which I was fascinated by, I could use the academic research from one reading in several of my classes. This meant that I could really save time, and that was key back then. So by the time I was done a 3-year program, I had literally hundreds of hours of research in my brain. And I want to share that with you. So, why feed raw? Well, it's what nature intended. Dogs weren't given the ability to cook, and I'm pretty sure Mother Nature or God or the universe, whatever you believe in, didn't just hope humans would find a way to feed dogs. They were meant to hunt and eat the prey raw. Their entire digestive tract is meant to handle way higher bacteria loads than we can. For starters, their saliva is slightly more alkaline than ours. Alkaline is a bleach. We know how good bleach is at killing bacteria. We've all heard the old saying that a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's. That's where it started from. The other part that makes them able to digest raw meat where we couldn't is that their digestive system is very short and they digest it quickly. So the bacteria doesn't hang around long enough in the system to cause problems. Kibble, on the other hand, is a man made convenience product, and it's filled with all kinds of stuff canines would never eat. You never see a coyote or a fox eating corn in a field, even when they're starving. Corn, which is really high in so many kibbles, isn't really meant for dogs. Also, kibble's full of preservatives, so it can last on a shelf for up to a year, and artificial flavors. By the time it's cooked down, formed, processed, a dog wouldn't recognize that it was food unless it was spritzed with artificial flavors and smells. Often it's these preservatives and artificial flavors that cause the tummy upset, the itchy skin, and really messy poops. So now we know why you should consider feeding raw, but how? This is one question we're asked all the time is how do we transition from kibble to raw? The best way, cold turkey. So if they have dinner is kibble, breakfast can be raw. The idea is that you should never combine kibble and raw in one meal. They digest at really different rates, and that's when you can come into causing some really upset tummies and really making your dog feel unwell. So the more hours you can space them, the better. And ideally, you want to go to just feeding raw. Then you're going to really see all of the benefits. They don't need to eat kibble. The next question, of course, is can I afford it? So we've looked at that, and we have at the Hound Lounge, but you'll also find it at many other stores, commercially prepared products that have the right ratio of meat and fruits and veggies. And often they are in variety packs that combine different proteins. You can feed a 50-pound dog for a month for just under $80. So it really is affordable, and it is comparable to a high-end kibble. Other people ask, what about fruits and veggies? Dogs need far fewer fruits and veggies than we do. Really, only about 2 to 4% of their entire meal should be fruits and veggies. They want the composition to be close to what they would do if they were naturally hunting and eating a whole animal. So it should be 80% muscle meat, 10% bone, 10% organ meat, and then a little bit of fruits and vegetables. I will go into another video and discuss a lot more about what fruits and vegetables are good for dogs. Basically tonight, the ones that you want to think about avoiding would be onions, raisins, Apple seeds are not good for anybody. Apples are fine. You also want to avoid chocolate and any kind of artificial sweeteners. They can be quite toxic to dogs. So, as I mentioned, as we go through the coming weeks, I will go into each component with a lot more detail each week. We'll cover one topic. But for right now, I just wanted to introduce myself, answer a couple of your questions, and say come back and watch next Monday because we will try to post a video each Monday answering more questions and going more in depth. In the meantime, stay safe and healthy, and we hope to see you at the Hound Lounge really soon.